Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high. We're living life, let's fly. Off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction request. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing. Join the family. Absolutely love to have you guys. All right, so we've got another reaction request for the one and only Anonymous. Now, technically, it's not the one and only Anonymous because there has been other Anonymouses, but I know who Anonymous is and you don't. So, hello, Anonymous. What's up to the one and only Anonymous? To everyone else, yeah, it's Anonymous. Anyways, guys, Anonymous wants to hear Prince, the New Power Generation, Nothing Compares to You, live at Glam Slam 1992. Freaking Prince and the New Power Generation, not the next power, but the new. They're freaking awesome. I have actually heard this song. I haven't heard this live version. Haven't heard the Glam Slam 1992 version. So we're going to dive in together. Without further ado, from me, for Anonymous. Hope all is good in your hood, by the way. And all of you, let's get off tap.
It's been 7 hours, 13 days since you took your love away.
Okay, I forgot how awesome Prince is. I mean, how can you forget? I mean, I just haven't heard him lately, but oh my gosh, can we take a moment to appreciate just how incredible Prince was? Like, just, oh my gosh, man, just such a talent, man. Like, one of those one in a million generational type talents, man, that can just do it all. Like, he was so awesome. The song is so incredible. His vocals, absolutely, just his guitar playing, like everything is just, all right. Let's let him cook a bit. Let's let him cook a bit. Let's let him cook a bit.
I go round every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want, baby. I can see whomever but you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, the original version of Nothing Compares to You, okay, and I could be wrong, but isn't that like Sinead O'Connor or someone like that? The original? Oh, wait, or did Prince do it originally and then Sinead O'Connor? I don't know. I just know somebody did it first. It was either Prince or it was maybe Sinead O'Connor or someone like that. Let me know in the comments. I know you guys know who it is. Let me know in the comments. All right, let go. Is that who? I don't know. Let's go. I thought Sinead O'Connor was bald. Anyways, it might not have been Sinead O'Connor. Could have been somebody else. I don't even know. Could have been neither of them. That was, I don't know. Who knows? I think it's Prince who made it first, right? I don't know. All right, let's go. Let me know in the comments. You know, we could actually, that's my friend Zenith, just to put myself out of my, you know, I need to know right now. In other words, I can't. I don't be patient. Let me ask Zenith. Let me talk to Zenith real quick. Let me talk to Zenith. Hey, Zenith, I got a question. Who originally sang the song "Nothing Compares to You"?
The song Nothing Compares to You was actually written by Prince, who recorded a demo in 1984. However, it was Sinead O'Connor's cover version from 1990 that became a massive worldwide hit.
Okay, thank you. I thought so. So They both were, yep, cool. Thank you. All right, chat to you later. Okay, so y'all heard that. So I knew one of them did it first. So I guess Sinead's version actually went bigger, but Prince did it first. And then Sinead freaking just, her version freaking got more attention. So that happens, you know. It's very rare, though, that a cover does better than the original. So anyways, let's let him keep cooking.
I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, boy, nothing can take away this blues.
I feel like I should know who she is, by the way, which I literally I don't. So, yeah. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I mean, I bet you Zenith could, like, I could show Zenith through the camera lens, and Zenith could look and be like, oh, yeah, that's freaking Julia. La, 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 la. Let's go. Ooh, those harmonies.
It's been so lonely without you here. I'm like a bird without a soul. Nothing can stop this lonely rain from falling. Tell me, mama, where did I go wrong?
How cool is Prince, man? Like, hello, you guys, like, do y'all think one of the coolest artists ever, Prince? Like, and for some reason, you know, I kind of feel like he doesn't get all the real love and appreciation, the respect that he deserves. Like, I think he's one of those artists that even though he was great and a lot of people loved him and a lot of people just, you know, was fans of him, a lot of his music, like his albums, because he used to like drop tons of albums, like just boom, boom, boom. Like, you know, there was lots of Prince stuff out there, right? And then like a lot of it would just be like, oh, you know, like, because think about it. When you think back about the greats of all time, like artists and stuff, like, you know, I think you think of like Prince is in the discussion, right? You know, but as great as he, you know, was and stuff like that, like, I just feel like sometimes he would get overshadowed by the other people. Like, you know, who do we think about when we think about the greats, right? We think about, you know, certain people, and Prince is up there. Like, I think he's freaking one of the greatest of all time personally. Like, you know, I've reacted to lots of stuff. I've listened to, have I reacted to much Prince? I think I've done a couple songs or something, but I've listened to a lot of Prince. Like, I like Prince. Prince's vibe is just dope. Like, his music's dope. Like, I think you'll be hard to find any of us artists who are real singer-songwriters who has not listened to Prince's stuff and really just used it to help kind of inspire us to just go above and beyond to do as great and uniquely, passionately, incredible just renditions of our music and taking that artistic level to the next level, like Prince. You know, like Prince, man, is just, he's so awesome. I don't understand why he just, sometimes, like, you know, I just feel like he hasn't been given all the true, you know, just appreciation, respect he deserves. That's just how I feel. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's great and he was loved and he had his fans and he, you know, did big things and stuff. But then there was also these times where it felt like he just, like, a new album or something, you know, new music, something would happen or something. And you just kind of like, oh, he dropped a song? Really? You know, you just didn't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's let him finish cooking and then I'll give my final thoughts. I'm just going to zip it for a little bit, but it's a reaction video. So, you know, I'm reacting. So that's what we do. Let's go.
Oh, baby, I can put my arms around every boy I see, but they only remind me of you. You know, my ladies remind me of you.
call those dirty horns? Oh, I said I wasn't. You know me. I can't help myself. Just a reaction. Just do it. Simon, stop saying I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna say it no more. Cause I just had to say that. Dirty horns. That's what you call dirty horns right there. Also, I just want to say, I think I figured out, like, it's probably what I'm probably missing is probably like maybe in his earlier years, like maybe back at his prime, in his peak, maybe then everyone showed him the love he deserved. Maybe then was his peak, right? Where he's just getting the flowers he deserved. And then maybe it's just because, like, in later years, his popularity, maybe with the newer generations of fans, music lovers, we'll say, or whatever, just people out there weren't really kind of vibing with some of his new stuff, maybe because I think a lot of his newer albums kind of just went under the radar when they were dropped, and maybe that's just because it wasn't prime Prince time, like maybe it's just one of those situations. And I think Prince just was one of those artists as well, like he didn't make music for it almost felt like, he didn't make music for the popular opinion of others. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he did it to win people over. I think he just genuinely made music that he loved and enjoyed. And he didn't really care if other people vibed with it or not. Like, I think he just did his thing, man. He was like, man, this is what I'm doing. This is how I am. This is the music I'm making. You like it. Cool. If you don't, well, sucks to be you. All right, let's let them finish cooking.
All the flowers that you planted, sugar, in the backyard, all died when you went away. You know what? I know that living with me, baby, sometimes hard. Sometimes hard. It is. But I'm willing. Give it one more try. Do you know nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. Whoa, it's good. Say it one more time for Miss Sugar. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to
Come on. Seriously.
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Yeah, boy.
It's crazy, man. We think about all these great artists that have actually walked this planet, and we think about just how blessed you had to be if you were able to be around in this period of time. Because if you were in a different period of time, you missed out on just all this amazing greatness. And let's just not discount the fact that in other periods of time, sure, there was probably other great artists and singers and performers, people like Mozart, people like freaking, in that era, all those people, Beethoven and stuff, they had their hit makers, you know what I mean? You got your people from the 30s, the 40s, and so on and so on, but, all I know is that I would say anything from, let's say, 1980s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020s. So I would say anything from the 90s to today. 80s until today. I think if you were to think about this period of music, right? This generation of music from 80s till today, And of course, all of these periods of times, are very definitive, right? There is different types of music styles that are very true to said period. 80s sounds like 80s, 90s sounds like 90s, 2000s sound like 2000. Well, the lines kind of get blurred once you start getting, kind of late 90s and all the way to current music. The lines start getting blurred, and a lot of, depending what genre of music you're talking about, it can sound like something that was from freaking 99, or it could be something from 2019. It's hard to say, right? Because a lot of music, the genres kind of just are along that same type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like especially certain genres, like, certain genres, it's all kind of just has that same flavor, that same vibe. Not a lot has changed. You know what I mean? But then you got some styles of music in certain genres where you can really clearly hear the change is very profound. You can really instantly go, oh, that's definitely from that's 200% definitely from the 90s. That's 200% definitely from the 80s. But there's certain things that you can't really quite drop it where you know what I mean? You can't just quite go, oh, that belongs there, that belongs there. And here's why this matters, because you've got artists who were able to make music that transcended genres, that transcended time, that absolutely it sounds as good today as it did the day it was made. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hear it, you go, man, freaking hell. Like, if that was just right now, I heard that for the first time right now and never heard any of that person's music, I would just assume it was just something that just dropped right now. Timeless music that just speaks to not just me, not just you, but every generation that is now just being born, and their children and their children's children. Like, there's timeless music that is just going to continue to be able to captivate and to really inspire and motivate and to show off one thing that only true greats like Prince are able to do, and that is really show you what being a real icon, a real legend of music, someone who really truly has all the goods, a quadruple, multi-druple type of threat, type of vibe, like, we're talking about someone who operated on a whole another level of the level of the level. The levels got levels. This is a level, but that level has levels, and then the top level has levels at the very tippity top. The point freaking, people say 0.1%, the 0.1%ers or something like that. Like, when you're talking about in the music industry and you're talking about the great, most talented artists of all time who could do everything, like songwrite, freaking play instruments, not just one instrument, not just two instruments. I mean, they play all kinds of instruments. And then they got the vocal ability to go along with it. They got the dance moves to go along with it. They got the freaking just charisma to go along with it, the entertainment value to go along with it. That's what Prince was, dude. Prince had all of those things. Prince wasn't just a one-dimensional artist. Nowadays, you've got lots of one-dimensional artists. And let me tell you, it's going to get worse now that we've got AI, people making music, getting their beats. AI is making beats, freaking AI making music. You got artists who freaking can't really sing or anything, but thanks to technology, we can make them sound like they can sing, even though they can't really at all sing. They suck. But hey, guess what? Technology, I'll just make you sound like you can sing. Like, this is a time that you have to appreciate, back when, technology was not where it is today. Like back when, what does it say, 91 or something? 1992, man. Yeah, sure. There was different things to help enhance your music in 92. I'm sure, you had some cool little gadgets and gadgets that you could do your magics, you know what I'm saying? You had some stuff that to make you tough, make you be able to sing just enough, you know what I'm saying? But not like now. Now you push a button and it's like, boop, and freaking suddenly you've got everything sounding perfect. Like, it's just magic now. It's like magic. Like, we've just suddenly, like, we're in freaking Hogsworth or something. This freaking, You can sing now. So all I'm saying is that Prince had to earn his keep. He had to freaking put in the hard work. He had to put in the long yards. He had to bring it. And every artist back before, especially, like I said, the further back you go, the more you had to be able to freaking bring it and represent and be legit. Like you couldn't just fake it till you make it kind of situation. And you couldn't go into the studio without actually having real skills. Like they used to walk in the studio, but okay, we're going to record this whole song. Like, you know, there's bands like Queen and stuff would go into the studio and freaking have to drop the whole song down and freaking be able to nail it and smash it in live in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like one take kind of situations is how they like to operate. You know what I mean? And they sit there and freaking, okay, hey, no, let's just do 88,000 takes. Nah, man, they freaking were ready. They came in, they studied, they practiced, they put in the hard work. Next thing you know, they're freaking dropping banger after banger after banger after banger. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you are a real artist, when you're a real musician, when you're a real singer, when you're a real songwriter, when you're a real producer, when you got real skills. The real ones freaking put in the hard work, put in the wrench time to freaking be able to bring it. And Prince is at the top of that list. If you don't know that, maybe you need to go and do a little history research. Because let me tell you, the history is full of just examples of why music was, and probably will never be like it. It would just never be like this ever again, really. Because again, we've got AI and stuff. It's really sad. Like, you know, people can go viral these days and not be that great. But, you know, it's the algorithm. The algorithm's your friend, and guess what? Next thing you know, you've got freaking 1 million followers, and your song is freaking got tons of views, and you're social media famous. You know what I mean? Like Prince and these guys back then, man, these people had to freaking earn their keep. They had to work hard for it, dude. They had to put in a lot of hard work. They had to actually have talent. They couldn't be half good, half bad. You know what I mean? They couldn't just do one thing. Like seriously, you find a lot of artists who are freaking like good at a few different things, man. I keep liking to use Queen as an example because, well, you guys know I've reacted to every Queen song, and Queen is a great example. Therefore, you know, from a history perspective, let me tell you, Queen is a great example. You look at, the members of Queen, right? And this is a crazy part, right? People like Bri, you know, Roger, freaking, they were talented by themselves. Like they had their own bands even at one point. They could lead a band. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to be the backup to Freddie or be like kind of the back members where Freddie's prominent and Queen. Like they then go do their own projects with their own bands where they're the front. Like some people said Roger had a better octave level and range than higher and just more freaking than, you know, Freddie, even though Freddie, obviously everyone knows that because Freddie, again, you know what I mean? But like a lot of people, this is again, another example why I say about Prince, people like Prince, there's a lot of artists in history that just, I feel like even though they were so great and so awesome and had their popular, you know, fame and different things, they had their fan base, they had that following, they still didn't somehow really get all the real true notoriety and the flowers and the love that they really deserved. You know what I mean? That's just what I think. And I think that about Prince. I think that, you know, I guess, again, I'm looking at it from later years, right? I just think like, you know, before his death, you know, like, I'm pretty sure he was dropping, like, apparently, if I read an article or something at one point, and he had dropped, like, a bunch of different albums leading up to his death. Like, he had dropped a bunch of stuff. And it's just kind of gotten to the point where he was just dropping music here and there, left, right, and center. And he was just dropping stuff. And it wouldn't get any freaking publicity. No one knows, like, he dropped something. When did that happen? You know, apparently there's a lot of stuff he dropped. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. Because, you know, so, you know, like, here's the thing, you know, like, you guys who are diehard Prince fans and you followed every release that he's ever done, you know. And maybe you'll be able to tell me some of those in the comments, or I'll just talk to Zenith later and Zenith can let me know. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I just felt like probably one of the greatest artists who actually released so much content, so many albums, tons of stuff. Like if I was to go through and attempt to do all of Prince's body of work, freaking hell, dude, we wouldn't even have enough time. Like I think we'd run out of time because he just got so much stuff, like just so much stuff. And he's one of those artists that you would think also would have a vault full of just dopeness that never got released, you know, like just, he's that artist, man. He's what you call himothy. You know what I mean? He's him. Freaking Prince is him. Prince is himothy. Prince is him. Prince is him. Like you can't, like, and once you've seen Prince, like, just perform some of these performances and things, like, when you see it, you can't unsee it, you can't unthink it, you can't admire it, freaking be mesmerized by it. Like, Prince is one of the greatest of all time. And unfortunately, a lot of conversations, he doesn't get just mentioned, you know, like, you know, if you were to say who's the top 5 male performers of all time, you know, unfortunately Prince might not get the love that he deserves, even though he's probably more talented than the people who are on that top 5 list. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's, again, kind of objective, isn't it? Because it's a matter of opinion. Really, people's top 5 is going to vary. But the only thing that you can really do to really measure the top 5 is in a way that can't be disputed or, you know, be like, oh, you're just saying your opinion, is stuff that is like record sales, you know, that's factual. Who sold the most albums during their, you know, freaking music career and that kind of stuff, you know, who sold out more stadiums, who did this, you know? So yeah, man, I just think like Prince, I feel like he is so talented. He's so great. I mean, you just watch this. This song is so incredible. And, you know, just so much real, raw emotion, you know, like people who sing from that really deep, 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 deep place inside, that true passion they tap into somewhere where, again, a lot of people don't know how to tap into that. You know, you can tell when someone can't tap into it. Anyone can be taught to sing. Anyone can learn how to sing, but you can't learn how to have that true passion, that true ability to tap into that deep, deep. You know what I mean? These are some things you just either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, I really love this. Thank you very much for this reaction request, Anonymous. Freaking absolutely brilliant song. Well-written song, one of the most iconic, I think, greatest written songs of all time. That's why Sinead O'Connor did her freaking version of it and covered it, because she knew it was just money. And, you know, I think that, you know, if you think about a lot of really great written, structured songs and then just musically just perfect, the music itself, you know, you think about the songwriting, the lyrics, you think about the execution of it all, the mix, the layers to the onion, you know what I'm saying? You think about who's put composition, the musical composition of the song, the whole 9 yards, the vocals, every single aspect, who's operating on this freaking crazy, freaking just ballistic, freaking mesmerizing, just one in a zillion type level is this guy. Prince is that guy. Like I said, he's Himothy. He is awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I did. I literally kind of forgot how, because I haven't listened to any Prince lately. You know, if you guys request it, then, you know, we can do this. You know, I'm just saying, you know. Speaking of requesting stuff, you can do it. I'm still having to request, so because my website isn't up right now doesn't mean that we've stopped doing requests and things like that. You can still put a request in. You just got to use my PayPal link and just make a donation of whatever amount. Put your name, if you want to put your name, or you can be anonymous like this person. And then you can also put the title, because that's handy. The song, you know, the song title, the artist, that's handy, right? We need to know these things. And then, you know, maybe if you want to shout out someone, or you want to, you know, put a special note, you know, say, hey, I love this song. I was listening to this song and I lost my virginity to it, or I just freaking found my cat to it, or, you know, I just freaking, you know, was eating ice cream and I was like, oh my gosh, this song just popped out on the radio. And I was like, wow, I love this song now. La, 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 la. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate all of you. And as always, remember to leech on to the fullest. Keep it off tap. Off tap.